Listener discretion is advised. The RPGeek Podcast is made by friends with varying opinions, political, and religious beliefs. Nothing we say should be taken as an attack on anyone or anything in particular. In addition, we like to say naughty words and make jokes that may come off as offensive to some people. Please enjoy. It's August.
Not yet.
I don't know. Something about these monthly ones, I don't like starting them normally. It's August. Enjoy. So July was fun. We had a few games that came out in July. July was weird, man. July had some good games and a bunch of celebrities dying. So let's move past that quickly, shall we? And just go right into August.
Yeah, you know.
Like, rip Ozzy. Rip Hulk, rip the rest of them. Yeah. Let's go back to our upcoming game titles from Game Rant with one that doesn't seem to actually have a release date. The Rogue Prince of Persia is coming out.
It's got a Rogue release date.
Yeah, it just says it's coming out in PC in August. So
wow.
This could be August 1st. This could be August 32nd. Who knows, dude? And then let's see. Yeah, it's just another Prince of Persia game, but I think is this like the side scroller one? Similar to the older ones.
It looks to be.
It looks like a. I don't know how I feel about the art style. It looks very
pastel.
It looks extremely saturated.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this might be I don't know. It's Ubisoft. It might be good. Who knows? It's a roguelike. Weird. All right, well, roguelike Prince of Persia. Why not? So
that'll be coming out in whatever.
Yeah, sometime between the first minute and the last minute of August.
Just roll a couple D20s, we might figure it out.
Yeah, maybe. Oh God, I got 40.
Comes out in September now.
Yeah, it could. And then I'll take the next one. Up next is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles 2. Which is to say it is another Demon Slayer fighting game.
It's just a mouthful.
It's a mouthful. It's another anime fighter. I love, you know how I love my anime fighters. This one's coming out August 5th. Demon Slayer is a gorgeous anime. I absolutely love it. I gotta catch up with it. I'm very far. I think I'm like 3 movies behind. It's really good. I actually think you would enjoy Demon
I've never
Slayer.
seen it. Yeah.
I think you would. The art style in it is gorgeous.
Okay.
And the story is interesting. The villain looks like Michael Jackson. So, take that what you will. August 5th, the second game comes out, and that's coming out for looks like everything. So that's some exciting news there. You want to take the next one?
Yeah, Endless Legend 2 seems to be coming out for PC on August 7th. I'm not too familiar with Endless Legend, but it seems to be a fantasy turn-based strategy. So I always like a good fantasy turn-based strategy game, whether it's a turn-based strategy or a turn-based like combat, like a TTRPG. They always seem to be fun.
It looks like an RTS, like some sort of RTS. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it does look very pretty.
That is a very pretty art style.
Yeah, it's kind of got that more realistic art style. The water The water art is actually really nice too.
Water art has just, the one thing I like to shit on Bethesda for a lot of things. Water, they've kind of helped out with. Between them and Super Mario Sunshine, I think we finally reached like peak water look, throughout the years. And yeah, this looks great.
What I like about strategy or RTSs, though, is you can what I like about those games in particular is there's no real, there is consequence for like quote unquote morale system, but it's a very sandbox morale system.
Yeah.
Where you can be just an absolute piece of garbage or you can be like the ultimate hero.
Yeah.
But it doesn't penalize you or buff you in any way other than people just don't like you.
Yeah,
so
that's true. I'm getting a lot of Civilization vibes from this. It looks very hexagonal.
What was that game? Northgard, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
It looks similar to Northgard, except not as cartoonish.
No, this definitely falls more into the realism look to it.
The aspects of land being like small islands and kind of in the Nordic setting, it definitely given that vibe.
Yeah. So. No, this looks sick. I feel like people will really enjoy this. Next up, same day, actually, August 7th for PC and Switch, House of the Dead 2 remake. I like House of the Dead. It's a fun classic arcade shooter.
It's being remade.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know that it needed to be remade because it's not like it's still not an on-rail shooter.
Yeah.
They just made it with prettier graphics. I
think the only time I played House of the Dead, honestly, was an arcade. So
I've done the arcade and I've done Typing of the Dead. And Typing of the Dead's a lot of fun.
Gotcha.
But I guess they remastered the music, brought the graphics up. They kept the gameplay faithful to the original one, kept the co-op mode, and kept the multiple endings and branching levels. I'm just hoping that they kept the really shitty voice acting because that was part of the charm of those games. Was Goldman, all those stupid lines. And let's see, what's the next one there? Chained Echoes, Ashes of Elrant.
This seems up your alley when I took a look at it.
Yeah, so I have this on my Steam wish list, this Chained Echoes game, because it's essentially a love letter to Super Nintendo RPGs.
Gotcha.
Heavily inspired by things like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, things like that. And it looks really, really good. But this right here, the Ashes of Ashes of Elrant? It's a DLC for it. It's a huge expansion.
I almost got my words mixed up. I thought I said Ashes of Eldrazi, and I was like, wait, this isn't Magic the Gathering.
Look, if Terraria and Pal World can come together, who says that Magic the Gathering can't come together with a small indie title?
Yeah, that's true.
Right. That too is coming out August 7th. I'd say I'm looking forward to it, but I still got to play the base game. So
gotcha.
People like the base game, so hopefully more of that.
Yeah.
You want to get to the next one?
Yeah, sure. So next one being August 8th, comes out on PS5, PC, and Xbox, so it comes out pretty much everywhere, would be Mafia: The Old Country. It's going to be the fourth installment of the Mafia series, still being published by 2K, which I'm a little concerned about, being that the last one wasn't all that great, but apparently this one is a prequel to all of the different games. So it takes place in being the old country in Italy when they were the mafia, coming over to from Sicily, coming over to the United States to turn into the La Cosa Nostra. So I'm interested to seeing how it goes. I kind of hope it brings back the heart of the original Mafia game, without the horrible controls.
Yes.
So I know the definitive edition kind of fixed a lot of that, but the setting of the first Mafia, and I truthfully like the second Mafia as well, but the setting of the first Mafia was really, really good setting for that game. So I'm hoping this one kind of brings that back. Also, there's just kind of this era between the end of like Red Dead Redemption 2 and like Mafia 1 that's not really talked about a lot, which is like 1900 to like 1910 in video games. So I'm hoping they do a good job with it.
Yeah, so I'm right there with you. I like the idea of the Mafia games, and this one being a prequel to all of them is very exciting. That actually takes place in Sicily is huge, and not to pick a bone with you, because any Italian who hears what you said when you were describing this. Sicily and Italy are technically
yes,
different.
they are different.
Depending, well, actually, so it'd be the Sicilians who would have a fight with you.
Yes,
the Italians would be like, yeah, it's just part of it. It's just the bottom, just down there.
Sicilians are sub to Italians.
Yeah. Wow.
Or start a fight.
Yeah. Both my Italian side and my Sicilian side are both very conflicted right now. But no, it looks good. Graphically talking about graphics and graphically talking about graphics. Good job, Dave. Graphically talking about like lighting and how pretty it is. This game is probably the best looking one that on our list so far.
100%.
Like it looks like you would be able to see this in theaters. Like very, very pretty. Almost movie-like quality. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I never finished the Mafia series because, like you mentioned, the controls were just dog shit up until the definitive one. Actually, till Mafia 3, and then the definitive edition.
Yeah, I think
on those.
the only one I finished front to back was the second one. And I really enjoyed that story. I really enjoyed the setting too as well, but yeah, the physics in the second one especially were just really jank. It did remind me a lot of like the 2006 Godfather when it came to driving.
The driving was fine.
Like it was just, I don't know,
it was just everything else felt
there was
weird.
there was a lot of weird aspects to it, but Mafia 2, I liked how it progressed from like the early 40s all the way into like the 50s. You could see like the world kind of change around it. I always love when games kind of do that, like when time passes and the world changes.
Yeah, that's a nice little detail. So, you want to take the next one
sure.
as well?
Sanguia Saga Hellblade 2 for the PS5 on August 12th. I'm not really too familiar with it. All I know is it is obviously a sequel to Hellblade, and it's kind of got like that dark aspect. It's kind of horror, kind of I don't know how to put it. It's kind of like a thriller horror kind of thing. But I know it's like a person who experiences like psychosis really bad, so you're kind of in the minds, like you're like deep into the mind of somebody experiencing psychosis, so it can get really like crazy.
Yeah, and it's set in like an old like fantasy, like Norse almost fantasy setting as well. It's very dark. This game originally released on Xbox years ago. PS5's finally getting their turn with it, and I mean it was a good game. It was very good. Hellblade 1 was very good, and it's a spiritual successor to Heavenly Sword, which was unfortunately not super well received, but it's good. I think the game's absolutely gorgeous, despite the fact that it's also kind of like it fucks with your head. So I'll take
the next one. This one I'm just gonna kind of brush on. August 14th, PC, Switch 2, Xbox, and PS5. The EA Sports Madden 26. All I'm gonna say about it is it's going to be another quarter released game with 3/4 of it being behind a paywall. So more Madden.
Woohoo. It's a game where graphics stopped getting better years ago, and now you just make one and just update it every year.
Like way back, I think it was maybe early 2000s, but it was kind of a goofy arcade one, but it was like football, but you were like the underground kind of football. It was really jank. All of the tackles were
NFL Street or whatever.
I think so, and all the tackles were just like
body slamming
they came
people.
out of like they came out of like the fight clubs kind of thing. Yeah, those ones were fun, but the standard, EA Sports Maddens, I get it. It's their bread and butter, but at the same time, it's just
EA has to make money too, and between Madden and FIFA, that's how they'll do it. So the next one is August 14th, same day. It's leaving early access, and this will be for PS5 and PC. This is Midnight Murder Club, which just sounds like the worst club ever. I guess it's multiplayer. It's a multiplayer FPS, and you are hiding in the. It looks like you're like hiding in the darkness to try and find
it's
who your opponents.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff
it's
like
kind
that.
of like one of those games where, like, kind of like Dead by Daylight, kind of one of those, where one person is the killer, and you have multiple people that it's essentially a hide and seek game, but it uses full proximity chat, which is awesome, and you have to use your kind of like environmental abilities to be able to perform tasks and escape what the problem is. But from what I've seen, and I've seen a little bit of a playtest on this, that the person that's chasing you is just really OP. So
yeah, it looks like you could find weapons hiding around to kind of help you out. But yeah, it is
really funny. I have seen people play this. It can be hilarious. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another one of those multiplayer
party games.
Yep. But this one's scary and involves murder. Yeah, I don't know. If you're interested, August 14th. You want to take the next one?
Sure. Drag X Drive seems to be coming August 14th for the Switch. I'm taking a look at it because I'm not too familiar with it, but it seems by the thumbnail and a couple of the images that you were playing basketball like Rocket League, but you were in wheelchairs.
Yes. So okay. I've seen. So this is they showed this off when they revealed the Switch 2 in their Nintendo Direct a while ago. Yeah, it's like a very fancy wheelchair basketball game. It looks like it plays
like Rocket League in some aspects.
Yeah, it's Rocket League plus basketball plus wheelchairs. I don't know. It looks fun. It looks like one of those games that Nintendo makes where it actually makes motion controls look good.
Oh, okay.
Whether or not it actually has motion controls, who knows? It's a Switch 2. I would assume that you're using Joy-Cons with it. But, yeah, who knows? On to the next one, which I had to look up specifically because I didn't know that they were making this. Bendy Lone Wolf, excuse me, and Monsters and Obstacles come out, and it's another Bendy game. If you are familiar with Bendy and the Ink Machine, this one's kind of got an isometric view to it. And instead of playing as whatever character you played as in Bendy and the Ink Machine, forgive me, I never actually played it. You play as the Goofy equivalent in that. Maybe his name's Lone Wolf. I have no idea. But yeah, you're still running away from like ink monsters and things like that. I don't know. It looks neat. I like the aesthetic of Bendy. I thought the aesthetic was really nice. But for whatever reason, I just have yet to play it. Yeah.
So the next one. August 19th, 2025. It's coming out on PC and PS5. Developer and publisher is Giant Squid, and if anybody's familiar with Giant Squid, they made games like Abzu, The Pathless, and Journey. But Sword of the Sea, apparently you were a wraith resurrected in a desolate necropolis on a quest to unveil the ancient sea buried beneath the land. But you explore a world where the land flows at constant waves, so you actually have like this hover sword where you're surfing around in. So it's really interesting. So you're like hitting waves and in pipes and all this stuff, and you're a complete skater boy, trying to unveil the ancient sea creatures. So I'm interested to see how it goes, but I love the art style of Giant Squid.
You're just a magical beach bum. But no, talking about gorgeous looking games, Journey was incredible. Abzu is incredible. Look, I mean, there's one where you're just bouncing around on a bunch of flying jellyfish while floating around your sword. This game is not a realistic art style, but it's very pretty.
I will give these style games its credit. We talked about it before in previous episodes, but where there's a certain types of art styles that are just kind of timeless, that they age very, very well, and I feel like this is one of those art styles. Yeah,
the water in this is even exaggerated, like the color of the water in this is exaggerated to the point where it gives me Mario Sunshine vibes.
Yeah, I was catching that too.
Next up on the list is August 20th, following day. Black Myth Wukong will be coming to Xbox. It was on PC and PS5 before. And Xbox, you're finally getting a chance to play one of the best games of last year. There's really, really not much that can be said about it. Just play it. It's fantastic.
And the next one, Pizza Bandit, comes out for PC on August 25th. Now, before we started recording, I kind of took some time to read into this one. It's really interesting. You are an ex-mercenary aspiring to be a pizza chef, and so you use your pizza skills. It's up to 4-player co-op, but you use your mercenary skills, should I say, to go and perform missions for money. And whether that be like taking out some dudes or killing a whole group of guys or clearing out bases, you do that. But while you're doing those missions, you have opportunity to cook things. So if you take the little kind of impromptu side quest to cook things in the middle of killing people, you'll gain these cooking points to make you a better chef by the end of the game. But you are essentially subsidizing your restaurant through murder, which is incredible.
I mean, on top of all of that, because you're an aspiring pizza chef, one of the melee weapons in the game is a giant pizza cutter.
It's incredible.
It looks hysterical.
I do love a good comic relief FPS game.
Yes, just hopefully this one, the gameplay itself matches the comic relief.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, a lot of times with those, you don't. They don't match.
No,
you'll either have a really funny game that sucks gameplay wise, or a really fun game that doesn't quite nail the funny.
I would hope this game would have a bunch of pizza related one-liners.
Yeah. Or just like a really bad like Mario cartoon-ish Italian accent. One of those. Yeah. That looks great. I'll probably add that to my Steam wish list, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look into that because that does look great.
Yeah. Following day on PS5, surprisingly, as well as PC and Xbox, Gears of War Reloaded. Gears of War, one of Microsoft's first-party games, is no longer first-party.
Nope.
Is anything sacred anymore?
I mean, they gave up Forza. This year.
It was only a matter of time. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if PlayStation sees Fable before too long.
I will be amazed the day that PlayStation sees Halo. If that happens, Microsoft is done.
Yeah, if that happens, Microsoft's going the way of Sega.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, it's kind of been a long time coming.
Yeah.
It's Gears of War. It's the first one with very pretty graphics. Gears of War Reloaded, I believe, was also on the Xbox One. I believe they did a remake for that. Or maybe they just called it Gears of War Remastered.
I think it was a remaster, yeah.
Yeah, but this is it's the first Gears of War, prettier graphics, better frame rate, you hope. And yeah, I mean, if you've liked the original Gears of War, I enjoyed the original Gears of War when I played it. You're gonna like this.
Next one, August 26th for Xbox, Helldivers 2. What do I say about that? I mean, it's Helldivers 2.
It's PlayStation and Xbox seem to be swapping games.
Yeah, you enjoy it or you don't.
Yeah.
It's Helldivers. I mean, for Earth.
For Super Earth.
For Super Earth.
Yeah.
So
Helldivers was fun for like a week.
Yeah, and so
then they nerfed the shit out of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just been weird with Helldivers. Like, I see so much back and forth with it. They nerfed it, then they like unnerf some parts, and then they nerf it again, and I don't know. It's just
I want to like Helldivers. I think if I had the right group, I probably would like Helldivers.
Yeah,
but
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's finally coming to Xbox. Yeah. Woohoo!
Yeah, hopefully, I think it's cross-platform, so hopefully they merge that nicely, and there won't be any growing pains. There will be.
There will be.
August 27th, following day, for the Switch, PC, and Switch 2, a game that I'm interested in, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. I've talked previously about the Story of Seasons games. They are the original Harvest Moon that just unfortunately can't have the name because of a bad breakup with Natsume and Marvelous. Story of Seasons tend to be superior in every way, and the cows are absolutely adorable. But Grand Bazaar you're still running a farm, but you're also managing a bazaar in the center of town, where you can just sit there and sell the things that you grow on your farm. And, you got your harvest fairies and all that, and the giant adorable cow. Like, it looks good, and in most modern game fashion, you have a hang glider of some sort.
Now, for somebody that is a little ignorant to some aspects, I'm just curious about something, because when we look at our list, we see that Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar is coming out for the Switch too, but when we go back up on our list, you were talking about the Bendy game earlier.
Yeah.
That seems to only be coming out on the first Switch. Why do you think that might be?
So it's probably because you could still play it on the Switch too. But it doesn't have a dedicated Switch 2 port.
Oh, okay.
They probably just made one game, and they didn't feel like it needed to be ported to the Switch 2. Is probably in that case, it's Bendy Lone Wolf is probably locked at a specific FPS. I would assume if it's on Switch, Xbox, PS, and PC, I would assume that the Switch version at minimum, if not the console version in general, is locked to 30 FPS. And because it's an isometric view with very muted colors and everything, it probably isn't graphically intensive. But who knows? Maybe the Switch version will just be the worst version and the others will have an unlocked FPS. That is also possible. Versus Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, the difference between the Switch version and the Switch 2 version, I guarantee, are graphic fidelity, frames per second, and maybe something else to kind of get people to try and be like, please buy our really expensive, hard to find system,
or multiple copies of the same game.
I'm guilty of that. I feel called out.
I've done it on a few occasions. I remember I grabbed a little short tangent. I grabbed Satisfactory when it originally came out on Epic, because it came out on Epic before it came out on Steam.
Yeah.
And finally, when it came out on Steam, I was like, I just kind of want all my games in one place.
Yep.
So, because I only had a few games over on Epic anyway, one being like Diablo 3.
Yeah.
For the obvious reasons. And then one of them being one of the Call of Duties. So, but then when I wanted all my games in one spot, I just immediately bought Satisfactory for Steam when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
But moving on to the next game, coming out on, oh goodness, I lost my date. It would be August 28th, so nearing the end of the month. So Destiny has already had it has a following, don't get me wrong, but it also has a bad rap for Destiny 2. And just when I thought it couldn't get much worse, they decided to make a mobile game, Destiny Rising. Now, some people are into mobile games. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of them. I remember what happened with Diablo, I believe, Immortals, and it was just one giant paywall, which I'm hoping this won't be. But reading the description into Destiny, this new Destiny game, it is a multiverse. So there is the same characters or familiar characters from earlier installments of Destiny and new characters, but they're in a completely different universe that's not canon with Destiny.
Oh, they had to bring Cade back sometime.
And so I don't know really what to say about it, other than personally for me, I'm not inspired to want to play it.
So the thing that concerns me is not necessarily that it's a Destiny spinoff, because people like Destiny.
Yeah.
I have my own problems with Destiny, and they fixed a lot of those. Not all of them, but they did fix quite a bit. I credit where credit is due. And most of my issues now just lie in Bungie's development team. But this one's actually being developed and published by NetEase, who is a lead developer for mobile games. They did last year's Once Human, which was not a mobile game, but it was it followed kind of the same idea as mobile games. There's a bit there, but it was not available on Steam. It's a fun game. My problem with that is it's season based, and all of your progress gets wiped out at the end of the season. Very annoying.
Yeah.
But they did Fragpunk. They did a couple Marvel games. They're good at what they do, and the people who enjoy their games obviously enjoy them for a reason. They did the Lord of the Rings Rise to War game. They've done a bunch. So in terms of mobile spinoff or whatever you want to call it, it's because it's probably going to be it's just mobile, right? It's not mobile, and
it's just mobile.
Yeah, so it's just mobile. It'll probably get ported to PC down the line. good, I guess. I don't know. I'm not huge into mobile games. I'm still playing Orna and Uma Musume. So yeah, I don't have room on my phone for Destiny. Same day as that, unless you had something else to say.
Nope.
Yeah, same day as that. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater coming out for PS5, PC, Xbox. This is August 28th. This is a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and it is just extremely pretty. The only thing that they've changed in this game is graphics, and the gameplay is pretty much exactly the same as it was. They basically kept the same voice acting and everything like that, but they completely rebuilt the rest of the game from the ground up.
Gotcha.
In the modern Fox engine.
Gotcha.
But the game was so good it didn't really need to be changed other than graphically.
Yeah.
And graphically it looks incredible. I'm very excited to play this game again. Please let this be an upswing for Konami and not just a glimpse of goodness. So, you want to take the next one?
Yeah, sure. The next one on August 28th is Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Now, I haven't played many of the Kirby games, to be honest, so I'm not too familiar with it, but it's Kirby. I mean, I love Kirby. Kirby's great. I love sucking in the world with everything I got.
So the Forgotten Land was the one that was originally on the Switch. This is the Switch 2 port to it that comes with an additional post game.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it's like an enhanced port. They've been doing this a lot.
Like a prologue or an epilogue?
Epilogue, yeah. They've been doing this a lot with Kirby games in recent years, where they'll release the game and then they'll port it to the next system with more stuff.
At least you get something for it, I guess.
Yeah, because they're going to charge you the same amount as they did when the game first came out. But Kirby in the Forgotten Land was a great game. This one gave us Refrigerator Kirby, Car Kirby, and Cone Kirby.
Refrigerator Kirby?
Yeah, you eat a refrigerator, but you don't swallow it like Kirby normally does. He just becomes refrigerator shaped,
and he's built like a fridge.
And he shoots out like cans of soda and stuff like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's Kirby. It's gonna be a good game, and it's just gonna be prettier now.
Kirby is just one of those. I don't know. For me, like I said, I didn't have a lot of experience playing Kirby, but Kirby was always one of those characters that if somebody started bashing on Kirby, I'm like, you stop it.
Yeah,
Kirby is a great character.
Yeah, he is a perfect little cinnamon roll. How dare you? The next one on the list is Super Robot Wars Y. Comes out the same day, August 28th. August 28th is going to be a very big
It's a
day.
Pretty packed day.
Yeah. This is coming out for PC, Switch, and PS5. And if you are familiar with the Super Robot Wars, you'll love this. It's another RPG with just giant mechs that fight each other. And it's a strategy RPG. It's fun. Super Robot Wars is always a good time. I can't recommend that enough. And August 28th, I'm looking forward to it.
And I'm gonna actually let you take our very last two because I feel like you actually have some experience with these, which I have none. So you can round us out.
I'll round us out. All right. So the following day, August 29th, everything except for the Switch, on every system except for Switch, Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
Obi-Wan Shinobi.
So this is a new game in the Shinobi series, the long-running series from Sega. You play as Joe Musashi, the master of the ninja arts, and it's another Shinobi game. It's a side-scrolling, ass-kicking ninja game that it looks really stylized, really cool. Not much to say about it. If you like action hack and slash platformers and you like playing as guys named Joe, it's totally worth it. Great game, great series. And the last one for the month of August on PC and PS5, same day, August 29th, Lost Soul Aside. Now, this is my first time seeing this game. I've never heard of this one before.
Oh, I thought you might have been familiar. And I'm stereotyping you. Because it's a JRPG.
Oh, and you are right to stereotype me. This looks super up my alley. It essentially is. It looks like Final Fantasy meets Final Fantasy. I don't know, dude. It's huge looking. It's Final Fantasy without all the belts.
Yeah.
Like it's weird, but I think you play as one guy, and it's just like a action adventure RPG. So it's like the newer Final Fantasies.
And some of the artwork is giving me kind of FromSoft vibes, like kind of like Elden Ring FromSoft vibes.
Yeah, the environments definitely feel out. One of the environments almost looks like a first-person shooter environment.
Yeah.
It looks like you're in like a stone quarry or something. It looks pretty. It's made by Ulta Zero Games, and it's published by PlayStation themselves. So if you're playing on Steam, you'll probably need a PlayStation Network account because that's how they like to do things. But who knows? It looks really neat.
It's going on your wish list.
I'm gonna at least take a look at it. I can't, I have over 600 things on my wish list, dude. I can't keep adding stuff to it. I'm never gonna.
You're already this far in. Just keep going.
Honestly, yeah. When I die, I want like somebody to talk about my Steam wish list. Just be like, he got through a lot of them, but he still has 10,000 more to go.
It's a 13-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, probably at this point. But yeah, that's August. What anything stand out to you for?
I mean, for me, the fourth installment of Mafia personally, because I do have some experience with the Mafia series. I am interested to see if they'll bounce back from Mafia 3, because I wouldn't call Mafia 3 a total loss, but it was definitely the lowest ranked in their series.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
You know, because it being that Mafia, all the problems with Mafia 3 that they had, I hope they just at least learn from them. But cinematically and like visually, it looks gorgeous. I just hope that they didn't spend all their time with that and then the game is just terrible. So
yeah, I'm right there with you. And you know what? I gotta talk about something that looks gorgeous, and I really hope it holds up. My pick for August is, and I will put the song in right here. I don't care. This one might not get ad revenue if we ever get ad revenue. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Just to play through this game again. I'd do it anyway. But I mean, now it's just as pretty as it's prettier than I remember it.
I would hope so, considering they're remastering it.
Well, when you play a game and you go back to it years later, and you're like, oh man, this looks like crap. But like back in the day, you're like, oh, it's the most real. Like playing the original Halo
Honor Frontlines.
Yeah, Medal of Honor, Halo Combat Evolved. Like your childlike wonder kicks in. I'm very aware of what Metal Gear Solid looked like back in the day.
Yeah.
So seeing what this looks like now is better than what I had in my mind.
Nice.
Because Metal Gear Solid still looks good.
Yeah.
Because it was like a stylized, realistic look.
Yeah.
But this is just like really pretty.
I feel like that's how a lot of people looked at the Oblivion remaster as well. Like, because when you play Oblivion, especially if you're younger, like it was the most beautiful, gorgeous game. You go back to the original version, it kind of feels like you're playing an oil painting. But now the remaster is just beautified everything.
Yeah, they added a lot more brown and a lot less green though, so
yeah,
it is what it is. This one looks to follow Snake Eater, and Snake Eater looks to follow the original's color palette very well.
Gotcha.
So for us, 2 beautiful games for August. Yeah. Very excited, and soon it feels like in just another week we'll be in September, even though it's
over a month away.
So, and September's already looking scary.
Yeah. We'll see what comes for September. Maybe we'll get that weird random just
that
diamond,
diamond in the rough.
Yeah, out of nowhere, just gem.
Yeah, but that's August. What do you guys think? Do you have a preference for any particular game on the list? Let us know, and we'll see you guys next month.
Bye.
Bye.